Do you hear that? Can anyone hear me? Over. Mayday. Ranger down. Feeding circle. Wolves are attacking. We need help now. She's not responding. The desperate radio call cracked through the evening air at Bear Valley Wildlife Sanctuary. In a place where silence and calm once reigned, those frantic words pierced like a knife. A ranger was down. The wolves had turned. That ranger was June Ellis. For more than a decade, she poured her heart into the wolves of Bear Valley. She fed them, named them, studied them. She thought she understood them better than anyone. But on that September night, all her years of care and caution couldn't protect her. In seconds, the wolves surrounded her. A sanctuary that was meant to heal became a place of horror. Some called it unthinkable, but the truth? The wild never forgets what it is. This is the haunting story of June Ellis, the ranger who gave everything to the wolves, and the night the wolves reminded her they were never hers to tame. If you're moved by stories of the wild, the delicate balance between human care and animal instinct, and the risks that come when those lines blur, you're in the right place. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let's begin. June Ellis wasn't just a park ranger. She was the soul of Bear Valley Wildlife Sanctuary, a hidden refuge deep in the Montana wilderness, a place where battered wildlife found second chances, eagles with broken wings, bears orphaned by hunters, and wolves displaced by wildfires and poaching. For June, this was never just a job. She arrived at Bear Valley right after graduating from the University of Montana with a degree in wildlife biology. She was quiet, patient, a ranger who never craved the spotlight. Her calm presence could soothe even the most skittish animal. Colleagues said she had a way of speaking softly, moving slowly, making the wolves feel like she wasn't a threat. She wasn't just studying them, said Elijah Barlow, a fellow ranger. She was listening to them. By 2024, June was Bear Valley's senior wolf specialist. She was known as the Wolf Whisperer. She knew every wolf by name, every flick of an ear or twitch of a tail. She called them her family. Her journals, later found in her small, tidy cabin, were filled with notes. How Brutus, the proud alpha, always fed first. How Luna, the shy wolf with a permanent limp, watched her carefully. How Tagger, the restless young male, seemed to always be testing boundaries. She knew them better than we did, said Kelsey Vaughn, another ranger. Maybe even better than she should have. That bond was deep, but the wild doesn't care about love or trust. Bear Valley was no zoo. It was 140 acres of rugged forest, deep in the backcountry. No cell service, no tourist crowds, just the wolves, the forest, and the rangers. The sanctuary's philosophy was simple. Let the wolves be wild. Human contact was kept to a minimum, but they still had to eat. Every evening, rangers carried buckets of meat to the feeding circle, a small clearing where the wolves would gather. They dropped the food and retreat. For most rangers, it was a job done quickly, with caution and distance. But June saw it differently. She believed in watching, in learning. She believed she could read the wolves' moods, sense their energy, and for years she was right. But in the wild, routine isn't always safety. Sometimes it's an opportunity. In the weeks before that September night, the wolves' behavior started to change. It was subtle, easy to miss, unless you were looking. Brutus began showing up earlier, holding eye contact longer. Tagger was spotted lurking near the cabins at night. Luna, always shy, started to venture out boldly. Then came the boundary breaches. Wolves sniffing at the staff cabins, pawing at coolers left outside. Some nights they circled the staff campfire, silent, tails stiff. It wasn't curiosity anymore, Kelsey said. It felt like they were testing us. The sanctuary kept a log of these incidents. August 28th, Brutus advanced beyond the feed zone, no vocalization. September 3rd, Luna pawing at the porch cooler. September 10th, 3 wolves circling the staff tents. June read every report and stayed calm. "They're wolves being wolves," she wrote in the margins. "Stay predictable. Stay calm." She believed in the bond she had built. But experts warned, when wolves lose their fear of people, they stop seeing them as untouchable. Dr. Mark McNabb, a biologist who studied wolf behavior, put it simply, when wild animals become habituated to people and food, they stop seeing you as the caretaker. They start seeing you as part of the pack, or part of the food chain. September 14th, 2024. A Saturday night in the sanctuary. The sun had dipped behind the ridges, the forest glowing with the last golden light. June packed the buckets, elk and venison, blood and bone. She radioed in, heading to Circle 12. Wolves all present. Logan Brewer offered to join her, but June refused, just like she always did. "No," she said softly. "They know me." At 6:11 p.m., she stepped through the old metal gate. It clanged shut behind her. The wolves were already waiting. June moved in her careful, quiet way. No sudden moves, no loud words. She placed the meat, called out names softly. She never met their eyes directly. It was her way of showing respect. But that night, the wolves didn't care about respect. Brutus stepped forward, ignoring the meat, his eyes fixed on June. A low growl rumbled from his throat. June stopped. She raised her hand, palm out. A silent plea, not a command. She didn't see Tagger slip from the shadows. The first lunge was a blur of gray and teeth, then another. In seconds, the pack was on her. She had time to scream once, a sharp, desperate cry. "Help!" The rest was chaos. Snarls, claws tearing at dirt, metal buckets crashing over. June tried to get up, but the wolves didn't give her a chance. It wasn't a chase. It was a kill. Back at camp, Logan heard the call crackle through the radio. "Ranger down! Wolves attacking!" He and Maya Torres ran for the gate, shouting, banging buckets, anything to scatter the wolves. They found June broken in the dirt. Her uniform was shredded, deep wounds bleeding freely. Logan's voice shook as he called for help. A helicopter thundered overhead, red lights piercing the forest. June was rushed to the hospital. But the injuries were too much. She died hours later. Over 100 bite wounds, blood loss, gone. The news spread like wildfire. Ranger killed by wolves she raised. A bond shattered in seconds. Wildlife experts spoke out. This was predictable. When wolves see you as part of the pack, instinct takes over. The sanctuary locked down. Direct feeding was halted. Electric fencing was put up to keep wolves and humans apart. At a press conference, Governor Linda Prescott's voice was somber. "This tragedy reminds us, wild animals deserve our respect and our distance." Dr. Nathan McNay echoed it. "When wolves lose their fear of humans, they become unpredictable, and sometimes they become deadly." June's memorial was held in the clearing where she'd watched so many sunsets. A plaque was placed there reading, "In memory of June Ellis, guardian of the wild, protector of the pack." Logan Brewer spoke, his voice soft but sure. June loved these wolves. She saved them. And though the wild took her in the end, we'll keep her memory alive by honoring the line she taught us. The line between trust and the wild. June Ellis's story isn't just a tragedy, it's a lesson. Love doesn't erase instinct, and in the wilderness, even devotion can't tame what was born to hunt. That lesson, paid for in blood, should echo long after the forest grows quiet again. If you found this story powerful, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep June's memory alive and learn from the price she paid. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. And remember, the wild is never truly ours.